Some of you might not be able to carry a full-size Leslie with you, or, frankly, you might not be able to afford one. We've got you covered. This is a Leslie 2101, and believe it or not, it's a full-featured Leslie with the most control functions of any Leslie ever produced. That's the standard upper horn rotor that you'll find in all other rotary Leslies. Think of it as the top half of a 122XB, because for all practical purposes, that's what it is. Now, let's spin the 2101 back to the front view. On the 2101, the lower rotor effect is created digitally. Digital lower rotor? Don't sweat it. I use them all the time. It sounds wonderful. So the lower rotor effect is digital and sounds through the two 5-inch speakers. It's got a lot of power. Put a couple of microphones in front of it in a studio and you're golden. On a big stage, you'll usually mic the top and take the digital rotary low out through these jacks. You can run this through a keyboard amp like the matching Leslie 2121, or send it to the front of the house through a direct box. You can run this signal in mono or stereo at your discretion. No matter which way you hook it up, you have a real full Leslie sound. Speaking of hookups, like the 3300, you can get into the 2101 via the 11-pin Hammond jack, as used on the new B3 and new C3, portable B3, XK2, XK3, and XK3C. Or use the 8-pin jack as used on an XK1 and XM2 rack module, or through the 1/4-inch jack. The power is via a standard 3-pin grounded AC cable. There are also stereo jacks for a subwoofer. Now here's where it really gets cool. This small knob controls a bunch of functions, the ones listed on the panel and more hidden underneath. I won't go into all of them here, but you can control the speeds of the rotor, the direction of the rotor, the crossover point, the rise and fall times, and I've just nicked the surface. You have complete control over every aspect of the digital lower rotor, including where the virtual mic is placed, and more. Below the multi-function knobs is an overdrive control. Touch the yellow button and all your settings are saved into one of two programmable memories. You can have a silky jazz Leslie on Friday night and a grungy rocker on Saturday, all at the press of a button. You can also switch the presets via a standard foot switch. Leslie speed can also be controlled in the same way. And yes, those are MIDI in and out ports. This is a great Leslie if you have a small studio with not a lot of room. And it also sounds great when you run software organs through it.